adventures.
All right, battle of the big bore revolvers. We got a 500 Smith & Wesson versus the Ruger 454 Toklat. Now, I know what you're saying. Obviously, the Smith & Wesson 500 Magnum round is meant to be more powerful than the 454, but I think this could be a good comparison because we've got an inch of barrel length on the 500 with the 454, and this also has a brake on it, which you're going to lose a little bit of power. And is this much necessary when you've got 454 power? It exceeds a 44 Magnum. I have touted this as the greatest outdoors revolver you can choose for Alaska brown bear protection because of the weight, the handability, the capacity, the barrel length. And Chuck from Alaska Ballistic actually agrees with me. That's something he says, even though, you know, we argue about a lot of other stuff. He agrees with me on this. So we're going to take a close look at both of these just for the fun of it. I'm going to take them to the range and compare them. We're going to check velocities, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on who the winner is. Stay tuned. Well, here they are side by side. The 500-4 with the 4-inch barrel and the Ruger Toklat Super Red Hawk with the 5-inch barrel. This is ported. This is not. This is actually lighter. The Toklat is 49.02 ounces, while the 500 is 55.4 ounces. 6 rounds on this bad boy, only 5 on that. So definitely a point for this guy. But to even things out, obviously this has the brake. So, and this has an extra inch of barrel to make it even more even. We've got Grizzly, which I don't compare to Buffalo Boar, but these are pretty sweet. This is 440 grain hard cast for the 500, but I'm going to break out my hand-loaded 454 Bear Pullets, 400 grain hard cast. So a little bit smaller, but definitely comparable. We are going to see what we get on the chrono. Obviously, this is a bigger boy, but man, this is coming close, guys. I think it could be close. Let's see what happens. All right, my hands are hurting from shooting these revolvers, so I'm going to just take 2 shots through each. I'm going to chrono them. Hopefully I get a reading. Sometimes the brakes mess with them, and we'll have the calculations up on the screen after. But I've got Smith & Wesson 500. I'm shooting 440 grain Grizzly hardcast. And then I got the good old Ruger Toklat 454, and I'm shooting my 400 grain Bear Pills. So let's see what we get on the chrono. Everything's set up. Okay, first of all, we're going with the Smith & Wesson 500. This is a little more painful to shoot. So 2 rounds. See if we can get 11:31. Wow, this hurts. 11:16. Now let's go for the Toklat. Comparatively, see how it feels. Ooh, just as bad. 11:89. Speed is similar. And 11:88. Wow. I almost have to go with the Smith & Wesson 500 because this was just as painful to shoot. I think the brake and the weight helped with this one, but man, you're getting a lot more power. I'll have the calculations up, but man, I almost have to go with this, even though I think this is tougher. Man, that's a tough one. I think I'm going to get one of these. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. All right, well, this really surprised me. We start out with the Smith & Wesson 500. Between the 2 shots, I had an average of 1,123 feet per second with those 440 grain hard cast loads for a total of 1,232 foot-pounds of energy. Very devastating. By comparison, with the 454 Casull, I got an average of 1,188 feet per second with the 400 grain hard cast for a total of 1,253 foot-pounds of energy. So the foot-pounds of energy of the 454 Casull in this case exceeded that of the 500 Smith & Wesson, and the recoil was not as bad. So in this case, I would say the 454 wins. I'm sure there's other cases with longer barrels and different ammo where the 500 wins, but if you're wanting to decide between the two, I would take recoil into consideration and just get a 454. That will take out any dangerous game you need. So 454 wins.
My name is Duke. I like to trade my guns just for fun, but now I have none. Oh no, I'm getting shot by a bear, but I don't care. I got a 10mm. Shoots outdoor adventures. Watch you all die every